Hello, and
Are you
hello,
not?
and welcome
I
to the Goon International. Yes, Shin, you're a fucking idiot. Today we have got George Foreman plus Grill versus the Goonfellas. Two relatively shittish teams, no offense, because we're all fucking shit in this game. Because none of us are at TI. But George Foreman plus Grill is a returning favourite from, what feels like over half a decade ago. My co-caster today, ShinobiShadow, is familiar with George Foreman and Grill because they knocked his previous team out. Didn't they, Shin?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't remember what it was that we were playing.
Wasn't it the Open Qualies for TI or something like that?
It was either open qualifiers for ESL or it was just a random match we decided to play, and I can't remember.
And I believe they are up against Team Goonfellas, consisting of Samo, Sublime Squelching, Thomse, Clavs, and Gibbo. Clavs formerly from Goon Special Forces, the only team to have 0 wins in the entire of the last GTI. Which, to be fair, they were part with KBJ and Chrono. So it was a rough team he was part of. He did do well, he did carry. Hello, Knock Huck, UK. I'm going to say it differently every time, Notch. Wait, KBJ got an MVP yesterday. What the fuck? Okay, I've lived till I've seen everything. I can die young now.
I think I caught a bit of that KBJ yesterday and actually was doing some good plays to the shock of the casters.
Really?
So I got a little bit of an insight as to how that guy's play normally goes.
Wait, was you on Witch Doctor? That's what I need to know.
Disruptor, I believe.
Disruptor? That's one of his other heroes that he likes to play when he can't get Witch Doctor. I remember seeing him on that quite a bit.
I think, if I remember correctly from what I saw, got a 4 or 5 man ult off, but the team had no follow-up.
Oof. That's rough. That's rough. Hello, Robotus. It should be a good game. I'd like to think anyway. Goonfellas, they're not the best. They're not one of the hot favourites. The only outlier is Clavs, who was mid last GTI. I believe he's now the POS 4, which is his favourite position. Shin's a bit quiet. I can fix that. I can fix that.
Is that because my mic's quiet or because you've turned me down?
I'll turn you down because you're a bit loud in my ear, so do not shout. Because you are very loud in my ear right now. I'm going to go deaf. Let me know if that's
Maybe you
better.
need to change your OBS settings.
Probably. I have turned Shin up, so let me know if that's better for you guys. I probably need to spend
notable players.
Notable players. Ooh, okay.
So you, I don't know.
Well, we've got Scotty Dotes. He's
I know Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty's a legend from these parts. Not great, but he's a legend. Top bloke. Probably one of the nicest you'll ever come across. Unlike me and Shin, we are utter douchebags, and we will flame and shit talk you till you cry.
That's not true. I do that to my friends.
Okay, he does that to me, because I'm probably his only friend.
Whoa, you're forgetting professional caster Rob and Roll.
That is true, Rob and Roll. Spoiler alert for those in chat. He's not here today, but we might have him next week at some point. I didn't flame you that much. Other than some questionable plays, Robertus.
I think questionable plays sums up this whole tournament.
It does, and that's what makes it brilliant. That is what makes GTI so fucking amazing.
I've not watched much, but from what I've seen, I think questionable plays is a good summary.
So
it's good. It's good fun.
We're going to swap over to a different screen at the moment. I'm going to show you the teams. The little logos they've got. Obviously you've got the Goonfellas, which I actually like their design. Because they got the suits and everything.
I like it, but I mean, nostalgia factor. George Foreman and Grill is just iconic. Also, it's a George Formby grill. What's not to love? Oh, it actually has the positions down at the bottom on the Goonfellas there. That's a nice little addition that I didn't see. Supes, have you disappeared?
Whoops! Accidentally still on mute. I have a habit of doing that.
Okay. I was like, is something happening? What's going on? Should I be quiet? Is he talking to stream? I don't know.
Nope, I fucked up.
Okay.
So this is the current match which we've had so far.
This up to date as of today?
I believe so, because we are the first game today, and there's still quite a few to be played.
Okay. This is hard to look at, but it's just because there's so many teams. And I believe these are all 2-game series, right?
They are,
Similar
yes.
to how a lot of tournaments have been doing it recently in group stage.
Correct. So if you want a better view of the actual standings of how they sit so far, we've currently got this, which, as we can see, some of the teams haven't played yet, but sitting at the top are the 5-foot billionaires and the Mancaf. In case you haven't realised, Notch, I literally created those about 25 seconds ago. Literally while we were talking. Yeah.
If we go off these screens and you want to check on anything, pinned comment up in the chat.
Yep.
You can go to the website for the tournament,
where you'll see all of the teams. You can even see the podcast in there, direct access to the podcast, featuring the one and only, the Librarian DK and the Kieran the Wise. Cracking work they've done on that. Actually cracking work. Recommend giving a listen to. I do during work talks all the time. That's why I'm probably going to get fired next week. But I have still yet to receive... Yeah, I really shouldn't actually do this while at work. We're running behind. What's going on? We are 7 minutes late.
Looking at it, I don't see any teams in lobbies. I see a bunch of players up in the general chat.
Yeah.
Do we have an admin around? Admin, please. Well, you know what? We're getting the authentic tournament experience here of having to fill time while production figure out what's going on. GRNG?
So, it looks like a few George Foreman haven't turned up.
Scotty says they're missing a lad who can't join. You can't join the channel. Okay, it's a permissions thing.
He's a white name. We've got a white name. That's what we've got.
We can get him to chat to get a blue name. There you go.
It's a classic. The white name. We called it at the start. But I've still not been given a password to join the lobby yet. Probably gonna need that, otherwise no one's casting this.
Well, we can theatre the mind it. It's fine. We'll pretend what's going on and make up the winner.
I'm down for that. Turn on the cam, just do like mime, gank. Ah!
Yeah. Let me see what lobbies are up right now.
So it's GF versus GFG is the lobby. There's 5 in there at the moment.
Oh, so
The lobby's
the
up.
lobby's up.
Yeah. We just need a password. So just waiting on knocking on that. So he's probably sorting out the teams first and then he'll get us in. Because obviously there's no point us being in there if the team's not in there.
Yeah, I can't see it in the lobby list, but does Dota still do the thing where as the party you can drag me in?
Not sure on that.
I guess we'll find out.
We will. If not, I can just send you the password.
Yeah, either way, you can just give it the password. Just don't say it out loud.
I know. Aha! I have it. So, Shin. There you go. I think that's it. Nope. Did I go? Is there a space at the end of that? Or...
I don't know. I can't even see the lobby.
Aha!
Oh, you dragged me in anyway.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not Captain
We're
SVG
Captain SVG, are we?
Oh, I'm SVG. Who would you like to be?
Fuck knows.
Fuck knows.
You choose.
Fuck knows and
I've got
SVG.
fuck
You should have seen it coming.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. A lot of these players probably don't know who I am. I'm not been around the Flax lot for quite a while at this point.
No, I mean, you sort of died off not long after the last iteration of the in-houses and the Rust period, didn't you?
God, I don't know. It's been a long time. I've lost a lot of years thanks to COVID. I don't know what's going on anymore. Time is a construct of our imagination.
So in case anybody doesn't know, Shin basically used to be a regular quite a while back. We actually had a grudge match in an in-house a while ago.
Me versus you.
We did, yeah. My Ricky versus his Tusk.
Yeah.
Turns out the sides weren't exactly balanced, according to Cine and Miles.
Yeah.
But we gave it a good laugh. It was fun. That's when the in-houses were very sweaty, and that's why they kept getting basically cancelled. And then Eri comes along, and obviously fixes them all up, and that's why they've lasted the time.
Yeah, I believe it's quite organised these days.
Oh, do we want Cine in here as well?
A CynicalSoapbox himself.
Do we want him?
It's your show.
Go on, we'll bring him in.
I do know Cine.
Yeah.
Unless it starts as
Yeah.
right now.
If it starts right now...
Nick King presses the button right now.
he didn't like Barian, no, that's the point. In fact, neither did Shin, neither did Rob and Roll. But technically, neither did my other guest, who will name anonymous for now.
You sign up as a caster. Oh, you had to sign up for... I don't know. I was asked to do this as a favour.
Asked to do so.
No, sir.
Reeling out. What was your rider? How much they're paying you to be here?
A few beers.
Few beers, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. That's all I've got to do. He pays for my Nando's, I pay for his beers.
I pay for your Nando's because you're a whiny bitch.
That is true.
True.
Oh, this is ironic coming from Cine. It's not on me, Soapbox.
It's literally never been on me. I don't know what you're talking about. I literally don't know what you're talking about.
So you remember Scotty Dotes, don't you, Cine?
Yeah, of course. I met him IRL. Yeah, Birmingham, 2018, 2019, something like that.
Ooh,
They had
there's very shortly, Cine. There's a request. Could you drag Max into Team 1? I believe he's their manager. And we'll be helping on the draft.
Max into Team... Where is Max?
So he's in International. Yeah.
Is he ready now?
Believe so.
Okay, Max, I'm dragging you into Team 1.
He's not ready. He's in for a shock.
How's the 6 people in Team 1? What's going on?
So
yeah, he can't join because it's a 5 out of 5 lock.
yeah, he's basically their coach for the drafting stage, which they're allowed.
But
But then once the drafting stage is done, he gets booted out. If he's not, he's dragged out.
Okay.
Do
Well,
Team 2 need a drag, or are they good?
I don't believe so. I can't see their coach anywhere. And their coach is listed as Shart. I don't even know who Shart is.
Shart, not Shah. Okay, no idea. No idea.
I'm from the Midlands. We don't use T's. We literally do the bottle of water. Oh, Sublime Squelching does need dragging. So are they already in that?
Who?
Sublime Squelching. Oh no, they were just asking for Max to be dragged in. It's already been done. Shut up, Squelching.
It's literally
Yeah.
in the channel, like in real time.
So, we're not far off probably getting started. I hope.
yeah, I think we're good. I saw a message saying if we're not ready in 2 minutes, it's a forfeit or something. So hopefully it's all sorted.
Yeah, we are already 15 minutes behind on the starting schedule. So no idea what they're playing at.
I like the mix of the casters we have today.
And we are off.
We have Super, who knows the goons, Cine, who is actually good MMR, and me, who watches a lot of Dota. It's a good
There we
mix.
go. We've got all skill sets are accountable.
I'll tell you what the pros would be picking right now.
Now,
Are there any hero player combinations we need to watch out for?
probably not. I was saying that I'm not sure what Claps is like on his Nutkin. Not Nutkin. Hoodwink.
Right. Okay. Interesting first ban on OD from George Foreman plus Grill, because
Yeah,
I like OD. I don't know if it's first pick material.
I feel like that has to be targeted because that's an odd first ban.
Well, I understand Fury and Witch Doctor because those are meta supports right now, and Furion is super flexible. Does that make
Also,
sense? Probably
doesn't like every single person in the goons play Witch Doctor?
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. Yeah.
So-
I mean, they like Goonfellas are not messing around. They're like bam, bam, bam. They got their spreadsheets out. It's all kicking off.
It's the coach difference, right?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
the
that
coach
team?
effect.
So
It's the coach effect.
it is worth noting, George Foreman and Grill have already played. They did play yesterday. So Goonfellas do have that edge where they've seen what they're capable of. This is Goonfellas' first game of the tournament.
And given that they went 0-2, they're not capable of much so far. Is that right? They lost both games.
They did.
Yeah.
But
Love to see a butcher.
I want to say Team Stray's a decent team, but I really can't.
Okay.
No offense to Team Stray. They're a great bunch of lads. They're not the favourites, so it was a decent game. I'm not sure. I don't think they were stomps, were they?
I just looking at the schedule. I didn't catch the games.
Yeah, I think they were pretty close games. So
I respect the Pudge opener though. You love to see that.
I love it. So this is actually what I was trying to convince David to do yesterday. But then he basically replied, "No, I wanted to win." So he doesn't.
It's a flexible hero. It can play 3 different positions.
Play it all
Possibly
5.
4.
Play it all 5.
I wouldn't say it's a 5. But
Oh, that's a challenge. That is a challenge.
Here we go.
don't break it.
Taking their time, taking their sweet time.
I mean, the Warlock's a staple.
I've seen a lot of offlaners banned from George Foreman and Grill. Do they know
Yeah, I mean,
something?
maybe they want to secure a solid safe lane. Primal Beast often played mid as well, to be fair, but very, very strong here at the moment. I mean, it is curious. Typically, you wouldn't have this many core bans when they're only 1 pick in, because they get a second pick now and then 2 picks after you've picked. So normally you would pick you'd ban at least a 1 critical support you wanted to not play into. So George Foreman are very core heavy in their bans.
So it looks like they're just purely focusing on offlaners. Well, apart from the OD. both. Yeah, George Foreman literally banned 4 offlaners and an OD.
Yeah.
According to
And
chat,
it's going to be
Sublime
a
is great at primal.
very, very standard opener from Goonfellas. 2 range supports, both strong in lane. Jakiro, one of the strongest laners in game, with his sustained harass.
Jakiro is obnoxious.
He's
in
just
the current patch.
Yeah, I think he's strong right now, but he's also just strong, just kind of across. Like it's sort of like Zeus. Zeus is very like if you look at across a 10-year period, Jakiro, Zeus, Ogre are very rarely like terrible heroes. They're just kind of reliable outputters of impact.
So yeah, I can think of 1 or 2 patches where Zeus wasn't great, but still
You've had last
useful.
patch, Zeus was shit. But generally speaking, in pub games, Zeus is
Yes, anything below pro level, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is worth noting the Jakiros that I've seen so far this tournament have been pretty decent standard. In terms of Goon standard, that is. They've been pretty well up there.
Yeah.
But the Winter Wyvern is a curious one.
I love Winter Wyvern. I think he's one of the typically since the nerf to his ulti. So his ulti, you can now no longer do physical damage in your own ulti. That was a big thing that made him an offlaner last patch. But I think he's one of the best. Again, just architecturally one of the best supports in the game. He has E, which is fantastic for a value point in that, and they're immune to physical damage. Plus, they get healed lows. Great versus any single target spells.
Hey,
they've got the Firebird and the Icebird. Loving.
They saw the Jakiro and went, "That's inspired."
Yeah.
Built their own Jakiro.
I like it. I look
forward to seeing the Ogre dressed as Jakiro next.
Oh, that'd be amazing. If they pulled that out as mid, that would be poggers. But I'm sort of thinking this is actually a Pudge carry.
This might be a Pudge one.
It might be a Pudge carry. Beastmaster.
Oh.
Oof. And it's a Beastmaster.
And a
they knew what they were picking.
Okay.
You've got 3 ranged heroes. Fatal Bonds into drums is awful. As in terrifying. Awful for Dire. Good for them. Yeah, this is a very, very solid, easy to execute draft on Goonfellas. This is the influence of a coach. Nothing fancy, just lots of ranged heroes, lots of AoE damage.
The question is,
prepared as well. Quick picks.
How many balls do you reckon you get fed just from Miss Micro?
Oh, I mean, all of them.
It's not about the boards anymore. It's all about the Hawk.
That's true.
That Hawk is insane. You get the shard.
It's all that drums, mate. Slom.
Drums of Slom.
So
yeah, no, the Hawk is super good.
So if we look at Goonfellas, what they've got left, do you reckon Clink safe lane and they just need a mid? Or
yeah, they definitely. I think this is they're waiting for a mid on Goonfellas. I think it will be Clink's. It does. If this is Clink's safe lane, I would say these are a lot of wasted offlane bans because Clink's is a super strong laner. You didn't need to target offlanes this bad. Lina, definitely a mid laner, I would say.
Yeah.
Possibly offlane or carry pudge.
Yeah, I get the feeling that's definitely a mid pudge. Not mid pudge, sorry, safe lane pudge.
You think it's a carry pudge?
Yeah, I do. I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to do very well. I don't think it's a great matchup. But then you've got the Wyvern there to back you up. That's what I thought they went for. The Pudge Rot into the Wyvern heal just gives you more sustain, more damage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that might be something they've practiced previously.
They don't have a lot of attack speed heroes, so Egg is, I guess, fairly decent in this game. Wyvern plus Egg is a good combo as well if you can get it off. Wyvern ulti into Egg or Egg into Wyvern ulti. Wyvern ulti is always great as well. It's like a mini black hole that's instant cast.
Yeah,
why would you ban Faceless Void when you have Phoenix and Wyvern? Those are like 2 of the best Void counters.
Mad Max, Divine.
You've got Pudge
Divine?
as well. You've basically got 3 counters to Faceless Void, and Faceless Void got nerfed. This is such a waste of a ban. I'm furious.
So that's divine coaching here from Mad Max, just pointing out. Probably not his best moment. Now, what are you scared of? If you are looking at George Foreman, what do you reckon they should be banning in place?
Well,
Ember Spirit, maybe.
yeah,
Any
we're not thinking
hero.
Goonfellas need a mid, right? So
Yeah, I think Goonfellas need a mid. I think they should be banning Ember Spirit, maybe Snapfire. Yeah, I mean, any kind of solid laning mid, you don't want to be. They're going to play fast. That this draft says to me, we're going to do well in our lanes and we're going to push your towers at 10, 11 minutes. That's what this Radiant draft is telling me.
Do you reckon there's
It's
potential
very
for a Snapfire mid from Goonfellas?
Snapfire mid would be good here. Yeah. Anything that just you've got Fatal Bonds, you've got Schlom going to be doing stuff. You've got 3 ranged heroes already. Just anything that outputs damage. You could pick anything here. But I would be thinking Ember, Snapfire, Quap, something like that. Maybe even Viper if you want to go full Death Ball.
I think the Snapfire is a solid ban
Versus
because
the egg,
it's a Phoenix counter as well, right?
Yeah.
You just count as soon as that egg goes up, you can just press E and.
So the question I want to know is then, how much has the change from her level 20 to 25 talent swap actually affected her ability to play as a mid hero? Because it really it slows it down quite a lot, doesn't it?
It hasn't, in my opinion. It's just changed up how the physical build goes. It's still a solid hero. A lot of magic damage, a lot of utility. Can do tempo play. It's just your physical build up becomes online a lot later.
Okay, so
Gyrocopter's a good ban because that hero is busted at the moment.
it would be another bit of team damage as well. That'd be brilliant for him. And it would help with the...
I think Spectre's an okay ban. I don't mind that. Drow Ranger. Okay, nice. So you got Drow giving the marksmanship aura to the 3 other ranged heroes. I like that. Means they've got a lot of targets they need to focus.
Means it's a
Hard
pudge
to
3.
combo. Does mean it's pudge 3, yeah. That doesn't surprise me too much.
Hero clinks.
I
Unless there's a 1 pick now.
I think this is a 1 pick. I think PA is super good here for... PA is really strong at the moment.
Good against Drow as well.
Good against Drow, I think. Although Drow, it's a weird combo because she can't miss with her tree strike thing. So I don't know how it.
But how does PA lane into a pudge Phoenix?
With Warlock, I don't know if that's a massive issue. You've got Dagger. Phoenix is annoying, but when is it not annoying?
You lure the pudge into a false sense of security using his rot and then turn around and smack him.
Yeah, you want something that goes
like
in.
how that would go.
Or
I think PA is just strong at the moment. Jug's not bad, honestly.
Or do Goonfellas just completely meme it up and take the Warlock mid, pull a Slacks, or a Ted?
I would pull a Ted. I would love to see that, but I don't think that's what we're going to see.
I'd be into Lena though. That's a rough life.
I think they're going to go for a mid here. I still think Ember. If they've got an Ember player, Ember's real good here. Anything that can just close distance on all these ranged heroes. And it is PA. I was right the first time.
Okay, so who's playing what? It's a mid PA.
It's a mid PA. Hard.
No, Samo's a carry. Sorry, Squelching.
Okay.
Squelching. So mid Clinks.
That's okay. Yeah. It's a Minx.
Which makes sense because that's what. So George Foreman and Grill knew that because they were banning ones.
A lot of fancy cosmetics on both teams.
There is
some disposable income lads.
PA one looks a bit lackluster. It looks like a bit of a budget PA.
It's still gold though.
Gold fake.
It is.
Understated.
I'm used to seeing like the Roman gladiator style one. Not is it gladiator? No, it's like the Roman soldier style. I'll say more.
You know what I've never noticed before on this draft screen? The rightmost hero has a lot more space between them and any other hero.
It does?
The other 4 are bunched up and then you have one on the...
Yeah, I've never actually noticed that.
I notice these things and then they annoy me forever. 0 dispels on George Foreman against Warlock and Jakiro. True.
FD Siler absolutely just flipped his table. This is bullshit. We talked about this. Right, are we introducing the teams?
We are. Would you like to start, Cinny, with George Foreman and Grill?
Sure. That's the Dire team, right? Yeah.
It
So
is.
on your offlane pud, you have Braxy. It'll be Scotty Dotes picking up the Posse for Phoenix. Duranbong, don't know how to say that. He's on your Winter Wyvern. It's Kamaya, UK on Midlena. And your carry down ranger is Obnot. Obnot?
Let's go with Obnot.
We'll go with Obnot. I don't know how to say any of these names. English is not my first language.
Obnot dot not ob.
Oh, and we are going to have content in the top lane.
For first blood.
Duranbong trying to fly away with Arctic Burn, but he is easily dispatched.
Now, what is the rules for a Plague First Blood?
That is basically a Plague First Blood. So standing by yourself, standing behind a tree so you haven't got vision, and then dying to a large enemy rotation. It's pretty much a textbook PFB.
Shin, would you like to go with...
It's standing by yourself, far away from your team, and then dying and feeding first blood.
Or on action in the mid lane. I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, it's just going to walk away.
Drow eating a lot of harass there, though. Not like that.
I think I thought it might be in a mid-drought, just heading towards the creep lane. But no, just taking a slow walk away.
Just taking the safe route back. Didn't know where that Jakira and Beastmaster were.
It is a very scary lane. There's
interesting.
You mentioned there was no disables on George Foreman and Grill. Do you think that's a bit of a misplay?
They've got disables. They got
no dispels.
No
dispels,
dispels.
sorry.
I think is what you said. Yeah.
Sorry, yes, correct. No dispels.
I mean, it's not the first thing that came to mind. They've both got 4 range heroes each, right? No. 3 on Dire. Lots of ranged heroes is a very easy way to sort of give yourself a bit of breathing room because your positioning doesn't have to be quite so perfect.
Okay. Now, given...
He's taking a lot of harassing mid.
Let's get last hits and denies. That what we've seen here.
Early lead taken by Beastmaster.
You got 50 viewers, Super. Jesus, you're popping off, mate.
Holy shit! Look, Mom, I'm famous!
You're literally road to Twitch partner.
From early game, it does look like the Radiant are taking a bit of a CS advantage.
Yeah.
Beastmaster is just clearly dominating the top lane already.
He is... He's in a bit of trouble mid.
Yeah,
he's on 40 HP, and there is a Dragon Slave available very soon.
He's got to go for the kill here. Oh, go for it!
Definitely got to go for the kill.
What the kill him! Oh.
So just as a general point of principle here, lads, if the enemy hero is on like 1 HP, stand on their high ground. They can't come near you. There's no reason for you to be taking low ground disadvantage. Like, if on literally fight, just, mate, get yourself some salves.
He's out of regen as well.
He has got to go back to base. He's going to go for the water rune and hope that's enough to get him by.
If the enemy team can't trade with you, stand on their high ground. Don't stand on the tower, but stand on the high ground so they can't get CS. It's the whole point in trading.
Get real aggressive.
Get real aggressive.
So the first few waves, what happened is Squelching was trying to get the farm. And what is it? Kamaya was just getting in his face and just being like, "Nope, you get back." And now he's going to farm now that won that superiority.
Yeah.
What lanes do you expect to go well for George Foreman? Do you reckon they should win all of them?
Top should go well, I would say, because they've got Drow, Wyvern, and Jakira's already out of mana. He's getting some sweet lotuses.
I think it's going to be a close lane.
Duran is getting low.
Should be able to farm.
Oh, nice hook from Braxy bottom on Samo.
Problem though, if you don't...
Lovely fail bonds, yeah.
With no follow-ups done, Samo's just going to jump away every time, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. But you want to keep him...
Creep wave.
on his toes.
There's a decent chunk of fatal bonds damage though, so that was nice turn.
Yeah, real nice.
Squelchy's still playing with fire in mid.
My God! All right, that's a big miss actually. Oh, he
Oh.
could easily die here if he's not careful.
Rotation.
The Phoenix rotation. Yeah. They got two new runes up. Squelchy does not have bottle. Move that wand out before you pick it up. Okay.
Oh. Come on, Cinny. There's 2k dotes. Come on.
That's all right. That's all right.
We've got another game of this.
Oh. So, important to
this
note,
is
the
decent.
Warlock came up and took the bottom watering.
Oh. Gibbo with the rotation. That's what you like to see. Oh, and
lovely.
we missed first
Lovely
blood.
from GK.
We
Oh
keep...
no, first blood was
Well, it's
earlier.
second
This is
blood.
second blood. No,
Second blood.
nice. Huge from the Radiant Boys top. Lovely
Goonfellas
ice
showing
bath.
some early aggression. I like to see it.
Yeah, they've got a very high tempo team. Like you do not want these Radiant lanes going well because they're just going to push you down your towers with Clinks and Jakiro and Beastmaster Zoo.
It's very scary to lose the lanes.
Yeah, you really don't want to be doing that.
Well, especially
Now,
this lineup is exceptionally sketchy because you've got the Beastmaster who's going to very quickly push in those lanes, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's just so much space creating for that PA who's going to out-carry probably everybody else comfortably. You're like,
a rotation up from the Pudge.
oh,
I look for some kind of hook play.
trying to get the lane back on track. Oh, Clouds. Oh. Nice ice path. Just going to walk away. Probably going to kill Drow on return.
Drow is in big trouble though.
Drow.
Lovely use
Oh.
of the Hawk.
Dunzo. Oh, might save her.
Another Hawk.
Now
Are they
Beast's in trouble.
going to turn this? Kill all three of them?
Oh no.
Oh, there's
Oh,
two!
no.
Oh.
This is disgraceful. Lovely
it's
play.
all free.
Oh.
Oh, this is a disaster for George Fourman and Grill.
And-
That is brutal.
Out comes Skip home right at the last second. Hi guys, how you doing? I helped. I helped.
Lovely rotation from Pudge to try and help, but the Hawks just doing way too much with these stuns or the roots. Are they roots? They're roots.
Is it root?
Dealing damage and rooting it.
It
Yeah.
does, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1 second route.
I think the auto cast is cheating.
Just
like that.
insult to injury there, by the way. 3 kills and a ward
Ooh.
was taken out at the same time.
Oh,
Nice
lovely
hook
hook
from
at the
Braxy.
tower. Might get away with this.
But where's the
Ice buff
follow-up?
Defensively,
The instant ice path. That they've
really
got no
struggling.
stuns
Lovely.
on,
Oh
but-
no, the
Lovely
what?
heals, but
The fatal bonds.
No.
Lena's come in
Okay.
to play.
Kamaya come in. Yeah, nice,
Do we
nice
get a
rotate.
trade?
That does put them on the board. It's always good.
Tis
Get
the
that
first
first
kill.
kill.
The comeback is on, boys. The comeback is on.
This is big space for PA though, who's going no boots Battle Fury.
It's not only
It
that,
looks like.
it's also
Oh no, she's now switched. She's got boots now. She's got boots.
that's also space for Clinks to sort of recover a bit.
Ah, that's
Not much, but a little bit.
Still 14 last hits behind. 15.
does have some medallion now. Might look for some rotats.
Second, I
As
thought
a
you were saying
skeleton
Roshan.
No, Roshan would be bold.
Be very impressive with just a medallion.
Both XP runes have been taken. Oh my god, tryhards.
Yeah, both by
Actually
George,
using the resources.
both by Goodfellas. Sorry,
Yeah,
Goonfellas. I keep saying Goodfellas.
the Goonfellas.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, distinctly different from Goodfellas.
Oh, I never actually had a Goodfellas.
I meant the film, but yes, also.
Come on, my mind's always on food. You can't blame me.
Those deep dish pizzas.
So,
Anyone not from the UK might not get that.
Helmet Dominator coming out very shortly, about 400 gold. Do you reckon he should have gone Arcane Boots first?
On
With
Oh,
how well the
Beastmaster.
lane was going, no. Like he didn't need to. Especially he's kind of constantly sitting at full mana almost.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
the Jakiro has arcanes.
why do you need arcane boots at all? Do you build the into? I don't know what the Beastmaster build is at the moment. Do you build it into something else?
You might take out the arcane part and turn it into ether lanes, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I
I think rushing Dominator, or even I think rushing Dominator is the play. Honestly,
Oh,
Ideally, you want to get
they
to
got on
level
Thomse
6.
again, but another ice
it
path.
might get him
The
lovely
hook!
hook.
Beautifully
These
done,
are
beautifully done.
critical kills. Organized play. We really need level 6 on this Wyvern. It's such an important power spike.
Oh
Has
no,
hook in 2
the
seconds.
rock,
Squelching.
the
Rock has been
rock!
dropped. Oh no, Drow to fall.
Rock was dropped. Invis Clinks comes
And
out.
they gain an inch and lose a mile.
And Braxy TP straight back to the fountain. Okay.
Wait, what happened, Shin?
So Braxy just waddled away and TP to the fountain at basically full health and mana. Which is a interesting.
Questionable play. And this is the
Interesting
death ball
play.
we were worried about. They're just taking
Yep.
a tower. It's 10 minutes.
Gone. Before that team fight went on, I was making a point how Beastmaster at the minute, if you're winning your lane, you just want to get that Helm of the Overlord as quickly as you can and just keep the pressure on. So the Arcane Boots slowed that down a bit, but...
Clinks with DD. This Lena could be in trouble, actually. She's got no sentry down. Doesn't know there's a Clinks here.
There's a Beastmaster not far away as well.
Jakiro also running, and to the east, we see our dire friends closing in to provide support. There's the Clinks going in. Not going to be enough. Needed more coordination. Trying to hook Lena and accidentally hooking Phoenix. You love to see that.
At the start of the stream, I said questionable plays sums up this tournament.
Yeah, but you know I don't listen to a word you say.
We're starting to see it. It makes it great to watch.
Oh yeah, no, it's content. It's pure content. I would say Samo probably could have gone greedy and rushed the Battle Fury because he's literally playing PvE at the moment. Don't think he needs these power treads necessarily. You've got just go Wraithband Battle Fury and get it crazy early. There isn't much in it, but
Alright, so positive side. Currently, Grill are behind. Yeah, 4k down.
yeah.
Obviously, the positive is their mid did do exceptionally well compared to the Clinks. What's their play back here? How do they come back into this?
Wyvern ulti.
Is
They're
that
going to death ball push a tower. Use Wyvern ulti on a core. The Zoo will kill that core. Then you can get a fight off. But I think you want to be... you need to get your Drow back in this game, so just defend. And counter-attack when they push towers, which they will inevitably do. Speaking of which, Wyvern in big trouble, getting roared under the Jakiro fire. Pudge looks like he's going to go down as well.
He went
That
for a
Dark
hook.
Troll Summoner
Yeah,
ripping to shreds.
Pudge went for the hook, slightly off target.
Needs to get level 6.
Yeah,
That's
unfortunately.
to try to force things when they're under level to get you level 6. And then because if you hook someone, so what? They're just going to walk away.
But we do have a path. As soon as they hit 6. Wyvern has just hit 6. Phoenix is 7.
Top. Tier 2 tower at 12 minutes. This is not what you want.
You need to get a nice smoke, maybe take out Beastmaster. Because Clavs will always be close behind.
If you've got vision on the other 3 of them, yes, you could definitely do that. We have got smoke on Beastmaster Jakiro top. They're coming mid by the looks of it, looking to take this tower.
Talking about Zoo, this Beastmaster has the ultimate Zoo. He has the raised dead Dark Troll Summoner.
We
How
love to
that
see
tower
that.
went down so well. There was about 6 skellies out.
There we go
On the
in
level
mid.
5 Pudge, who's in trouble. Wyvern's going to die. Yeah, this is looking real rough.
And the rock, hook into
Yeah.
not much. So this is a 3
Right.
Pudge, who's still level 5. This is similar to a game yesterday. The players just aren't getting the XP at the moment.
Yeah. You're falling behind and you're playing as if you're equal when you're not, and that's...
Yeah, it's a lot of ball up as a team and defend, and it's just not working for them right now. and they're getting no XP as a result.
And this is
Lena's
exactly
in trouble.
what... Yep, she's
Macro
dead.
fire.
The fatal bonds. The fatal bonds plus the dots. Need to creep switch that golem, mate. Yep, nice. Don't need to way that far back, but
I'll be honest. If I was the Radiant here, I don't see a reason to not try and go high ground soon.
yeah, I absolutely. This is that you've picked a death ball team. You're playing it correctly. This is exactly what I knew was going to happen. Yeah.
So okay.
Link's looking to go on the back lines. Oof.
Do you sort of consider this game? Do you take this game as a wash and think, okay, well, we know it's over. Yeah. What can we do for game 2?
I wouldn't say it's over, but they have a PA who hasn't participated at all yet, who's about to get Battle Fury. So you've got, their win condition in a sense isn't even here yet.
It's a pretty decent timing for that Battle Fury as well. 14:45.
Yeah. It's good because she's also got a Wraith Band, Treads, and a Wand as well.
Yeah.
So that's she's second on net worth. Yeah, second on net worth. It's good. It's good.
Oh, they found a nice triple stack.
Yep.
Oh dear.
There's no reason for you to stop now. You can just take all of their outer towers. You could, and then you could probably take Roche. I wouldn't go high ground without Roche. That's just. But you've got Solar Crest. Yep, got Solar Crest for Roche as well. So you could do Roche super easy.
Just as a example of how aggressive they want to be here, the Beastmaster didn't get the Overlord, instead gone for a blink just to jump that back line, instantly raw someone.
Do you reckon that could cost them?
They have
no. Yeah, it's not urgent. There are heroes. I think Lena and Drow they need to jump on, so it doesn't surprise me they went for a initiation item. That's a sensible decision.
Trying to work out why Lena is going Boots of Travel with only an Aether lens.
I think Boots of Travel Lena is it's kind of the build, but this game
it's not I would go anything.
Yeah, I would go maybe phase boots or something. I don't know if you need the mobility when you're only ever going to be fighting in one lane, which is the lane you're defending.
Clinks with the wraparound.
Yeah, do you reckon they might be trying to do the
they've got dust. Ooh. That's a Roar on Phoenix. Can he get the egg off? Yes, he can.
Oh,
but that is
did he need to?
Used.
Did he need to though?
From the Radiant, that's
lovely. Wyvern ulti. Will it be enough? The rock returned.
Cancelled by the rock.
Thomas is low. Oof, another rough fight, and Lena's gonna perish. Phoenix jumps into the ice path. Drow almost doing amazing, but just not quite enough.
That's 2.
He did die.
But an entire team wiped down. But look how low that Clinks and Beastmaster were.
They did bring them low. They got the PA. There were some positives.
I mean that went better than it had any right to. Yeah.
That was only a 300 gold bonus for Radiant, despite the 3 kill difference.
Okay,
yeah, so far ahead.
This Warlock, by the way, 3.5k damage in that fight.
Yeah, Fatal Bonds is a spell.
He got 2 Fatal Bonds off in that fight.
Oh, he's also got the Shard, and we know how much fun that is. Yeah.
Fatal Bonds.
All the fiends.
Yeah. Oh, Clap's caught out here.
Hero. Yep.
Hero's in
just
trouble.
feeding some comeback gold. Very sporting.
This is a lineup that has a Drow. They're not out of this yet.
And Drow Aura with Lena is no joke.
But she's going the magic build, Lena.
It is at the moment because Drow has no agi, so she's giving no agi. But it's no joke when she gets some items.
Lena has decided not to get the boots to travel and is going for Ags, which I think does more. So not a bad choice.
So Drow's chosen to pick up and finish off the Hurricane Pike. We'll have it in about 1,000 more gold. Do you
count the PA, I assume?
Yeah, I think Hurricane Pike is sensible this game, but I would honestly just get a casual Wraith Band. You basically got 2 slots that are doing nothing. You've got slots with wards in you're not placing, and you've got an empty slot. And you never want to be having empty slots, particularly when you're behind. Just buy circlets or buy something to give you stats.
It'll draw on the map. Arrow this way.
That's my drawing.
Is your drawing?
Yeah. Because the Beastmaster is stood there, so it's like, just blink up.
Drow, blink, roared, and
Drow.
Yep. Yep.
Right
That's
as
rough.
the Invis was
Wait.
timing out as well.
Where was Drow?
About there.
Yeah, there.
Oh, that's where she was.
Yes.
So there is,
By the emblem.
there is an Invis Beastmaster here, and Drow walks up, instantly gets blinked, roared, and then PA jumps on top.
I blinked.
I
I
mean-
thought she just blinked
Yeah.
away or something.
You should really get Roche here. There's nothing stopping you taking both Tormentors and Roche. They're all stuck high ground. Like, they basically, at this point... I mean, it's easy to say from us because we've got vision, but they basically can't leave their base at this point, so
They can sort.
high ground is hard. They could smoke out and try for something, but I would, if I was Radiant, I would be like, let's get Roche, let's get our Tormentor at least, and then we'll make a play for high ground.
The idea of a nice sword, which Clavs has just pinged on.
Yeah. PA close to BKB as well. That's a big issue for them. Fewer ways to kill her.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to take the last tier 2 and the Dire's Tormentor.
Oh, Blink dodges
Great
the
thing.
hook. And
Ice
Braxy
Fire, there comes the rock.
shredded by PA. Phoenix pops the egg defensively. PA might be in trouble here. Your ulti, Wyvern. Oh my god. Just use it on anybody, yeah.
Still alive.
Oh, that is heartbreaking how close
They're
that PA was. They needed that kill so badly.
And now she's
They're
back
gonna
up
fake
to
that.
full HP.
Yeah. They're just going to sit around and wait. See who shows up. Oh no, Drow.
Yep, it's
Don't-
going to be Drow.
don't do it,
There's
Drow.
your victim.
Yeah,
There's the
roar
roar.
again. PA.
Goodbye, Drow.
This Drow loves to stand so far up.
The rest of the team are on the high ground.
Bless her. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'll just hit this creep.
I got this, lads. I got this. Wait.
Now, that's their
And there goes their
Tormentor.
Tormentor, yeah. Who's going to get the shard? Squelchy.
Squelchy, what's Clink's shard?
Burning Barrage. More
Ah.
damage.
Yeah, the little skeleton lads pop out.
It's still not over yet.
Of course.
They've actually got a relatively decent high ground defense. You're counting
They-
Splinter Blast, your...
They have excellent high ground defense, but this Drow is, I mean, fourth from bottom on net worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Less
it's not
than
the one.
ideal for your carry.
Yeah.
It is, but
Uh,
we've seen games come back from worse.
I believe that you have. I'm
About
now
5K
finally looking
game.
at Roche. Even though, yeah, I could have taken it 3 minutes ago, but you know, fine. They're looking at Roche now. Fair play to them.
and they got a tower. They won a team fight.
They haven't got a tower yet. Not a single one.
No, I mean, so instead of taking Roshan, the Radiant took
Oh.
the tower. So
So,
it's not like they weren't doing anything instead of the Roche. They were.
what do you think of the...
Hey, could I
Go on.
could I just point out that Beastmaster had he's just realised he had a completed Vladimir's offering in his backpack and his quelling blade in his inventory. He just switched it back in. But like it was like for 2 minutes he was just like sat there with like a 2k item in his backpack and 100 gold quelling blade.
Oh, you
Like, this
love
is
it.
the
Need
priority.
it. He's that confident, and he
So
didn't need
confident. He's like, I'll just save this for a rainy day, mate. This is just for show.
It. I think PA in the last fight, if she saw that, would have been like, "Why do you not have your lifesteal items?" She nearly died. But
So, speaking of PA, what do you think of the
Yeah.
build? Battle Fury into Black BKB. Do you reckon maybe could have gone Deso?
Yeah.
Or-
I mean, I like the BKB. I mean, to be honest, if you're playing Death Ball, you shouldn't really. If we're treating this like a pro game, if you're going Death Ball meta, you shouldn't go Battle Fury at all because you're fighting constantly, right?
So
You should,
Deso straight BKB.
yeah, rush Deso BKB, or I don't know what the other fighting item is on her. But yeah, if you're going a Death Ball team and you want to try hard, you should skip Battle Fury.
I almost feel like
yeah.
when they decided to go Battle Fury, they didn't know the lanes were going to go as well as they did, and then just kind of
Oh
stuck
yeah,
with it.
like it's fine. I'm being critical, but yeah, it's Battle Fury is antithetical for what this draft wants to achieve. This draft wants to group up at 10-11 minutes and just run you over, whereas Battle Fury is I want to fight at 25 minutes to 30 minutes. You see what I mean?
This
it's a
Drow is dancing with death.
Yeah, if you
Every time walking up alone.
You don't pick Battle Fury carries if you want to end the game at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
going.
Oh! Huge initiation, lovely coordination, no response possible. Scotty has to egg here, and he's gonna fall. I think. Yep.
Yeah.
I think they can probably call it at this point. Be honest.
Well, but I don't think Scotty Dotes is enough to give up. I don't think it's in his vocabulary.
He's a fighter.
He will fight to the bitter
going.
end.
Samo going in, no BKB though. The Drow just hits like a kitten.
Just have the Aegis.
Where's Aegis will be
There's
used.
the old
Lovely Wyvern ulti. This is
dead Chikira.
something.
Oh
no,
he's still alive.
Huge ice path. 3-man ice path.
Clinks comes to
the
clean
fatal
up.
bonds though again.
It's doing so
this
much
is
work.
this is harsh. Samo
diving
might have
into
been
the fountain.
Too much.
Love the Chad mentality, but
Oh,
poorly executed, unfortunately.
Icarus dove way too far to the sun on that one.
they did take the round at least.
Look, I'm dyslexic.
Not sure how that affects you
Yeah.
diving into the fountain, but sure.
I like that as an excuse. I'm gonna use that for everything.
I mean, maybe he thought, you know, wrong side. He's actually dire. He's going back to heal.
You know, I want to say something because I feel like this looks like it's really getting out of hand against GFG, but credit to them because at 13 minutes we were talking about the Radiant going high ground. 26 minutes now, and they've only just done it.
True, that's true. I mean, we've seen some really good plays that from them. The problem is, good plays look like bad plays when you're this far behind. If you see what I mean. If in an even game, they would have worked. But
it's one of those, you're so far behind, but you have to try and take some of these fights, and it's just you're behind. So
yeah,
that's what happens.
Yeah, no, exactly. There was a fight bottom when the Tormentor was still up, and PA was on like 1 HP. Clinks and Beastmaster go out on 1 HP, and they were super far behind, and they were still almost drawing even in these fights. Like they messed up the lanes, and they committed too much too early when they weren't level 6 on Wyvern and Pudge, and that made them fall behind, and then they just snowballed from there. Yeah. Too much discipline from Goonfellas.
So do you reckon part of it's also that Dire have been grouping up a little too much, allowing these massive rocks, these massive fatal bonds to come off?
They've not had much choice, in fairness.
Yeah, I think I'll attribute that to Goonfellas playing well as opposed to GFG playing badly. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
That is one way to get rid of the Beastmaster creep.
That is.
Throw a hook at it.
Do not leave your creep static.
See it standing there, throw a hook at it, it's gone.
Can't you get ancients with the Helm of the Overlord though?
You can.
Yes.
Oh, nope, Cynic, we don't all chat.
Oh, we're not allowed?
Nope. It's mainly so we don't put players off because we want to try and keep them fun. And there was a previous issue.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're like, all right. But they're 22k up, and it was like 4 minutes ago. Sure.
That was positive rimming, so we'll allow it.
It was positive rimming. I get a little bit of discretion. I know nothing.
Hey, don't discount teams. I've been watching the TI qualifiers. 30k means nothing. It's just a number.
It is. So's MMR. There we go.
There you go. Admin's told you off. Imagine if that happened to TI.
That. Could you imagine though if like Trent or like one of the obs just literally started doing that?
It'd be
Yeah.
slacks.
It would be slacks.
It'd be slacks.
I feel like if they're 20k up, you can give them a small rinsing, but I will respect the ruling.
Yeah.
Oh, if this Pudge could see what I could see, he could have had a nice hook there.
Question is though, does Pudge have the range?
On the PA you would have. And there was no one around for it to blink out to, but he didn't.
Like I am hovering the
Actually,
hook.
he did have the vision. There's a
they?
ward there.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a dire ward.
Again on Pudge, you've got 3 empty slots. Just get some GG branches. Like never have empty slots. Slots are there to make sure you can't just buy really cost-effective items because they haven't got enough slots for them. But if you do have enough slots for them, fucking buy them.
Okay, Dire won the D ward battle there.
Oh, that was going to be such a
hook
good
on
hook
the
on
Hawk.
Beastmaster.
The Hawk saving
The
him.
Hawk saves his life at the initiation. And Wyvern's going to fall before he gets his ulti off. Oh, that's a disaster. But Beastmaster falls.
There's the fatal bombs again.
Oh, Drow actually doing some damage. Oh, Pudge throws a hook
PA?
wide. though.
PA's low.
This is a really good fight, surprisingly, from...
It's a very good hold. They've
Yeah,
got
big,
to
big
heal up
hold.
though. They can't
They
go in at this
traded.
HP.
They traded. That's huge.
And they traded a 5 for 3 as well.
They did, but they do have to be careful because PA could easily just jump in here and blow somebody up. They've used a lot of their spells. Except, actually no, Dire have used nothing other than Laguna Blade.
Yeah. Pudge needs
Yeah,
to buy
they're ready.
something. He's got 1,800 surplus gold. Like, buyback and 1.8k. Buy something.
This is something I see a lot of
In fact, they all do.
non-pros, and I'm guilty to it as well. Is you've got an item you want from the secret shop, you don't buy anything else until you've got those items. You hold on to that
You
gold.
need to spend your reliable gold. 'cause
Uh-oh.
That means when you die, you lose less gold.
This is
Okay,
bad.
They're
Wyvern
hunting.
could get caught out here.
Wyvern's dead
Walks
here.
into it. Beastmaster looking to get
Wyvern's
Pudge
dead.
as well.
Pudge trying to
Pudge-
TP.
Oh, the
Oh,
Hawk.
the Hawk.
PA went on Drow in this.
Hawk is
on
so
this side
brutal versus Pudge. That's like,
But a gust and
Yeah.
the Hurricane Pike saved the Drow there.
such a counter now because the Hawks like circle around you, right? They kind of like fly around you, so they
Yeah.
they block hooks.
You just need to walk into things.
Yeah.
How many Hawks do you get? Is it just the one?
He's got 2 at the moment.
Two
I don't
with
You
have
get
max
2.
shards.
Jesus
Yeah, so
Christ.
if you have charge, you get 2, and it lowers the cooldown, so you can have 4 up at once.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Only for a little short amount of time, unless you get cooldown
Really
reduction,
good.
But
The little minions being used to push as well. Love to see that. I think it's good that they've decided to focus on objectives. Drow been roared, but not in a great position. Oh,
the
lovely
hook!
hook on
Nice hook.
Beastmaster. This could be enough. And it's going to be.
That's an Axe
Drow in big
Macro
trouble.
Pyre.
Needs an E from Wyvern. Nope, he's dead.
PA jumped
a
the back
decent
line,
egg, but-
BKB up, but
Get
Not
back,
gonna be
forcing
enough.
the PA out.
get back, lads. Don't force it.
Nice 4-staff.
I
If
think
Wyvern wasn't dying at the start of all of these fights, and it's not really his fault. Someone's got to die first, but
yeah.
it would be the fights would be so different. Like the Winter's Curse and Cold Embrace is so strong.
It's so sad because look, as you alluded to before, Tinny, if they were evenish on net worth and XP at the minute with these fights, being so much better. Problem is that they're executing really well,
Yeah,
getting
they
a
are.
lot out of these high ground defenses, but still unfortunately lose the buildings because they just can't keep fighting. They've got to go in and out
Yeah.
enough to, and then the creeps will come in. And
Yeah, absolutely.
And here comes Roche number 2. With the lovely cheese.
Yep. The
Okay.
fromage.
Has anyone got enough? Are we going to see one? I don't think we are.
no
No.
one keeps them. Don't.
Oh,
don't be
we've
silly.
got 2 on Warlock. You never know. And there is a nice
Is it-
pool above you.
This is the kind of game they could have probably been saving them.
Yeah, there's what, 3?
I mean,
five,
it's
six,
a tournament game. They want to play it out. It's not a pub game. I respect that.
So there's potentially 9 Lotuses in play at the moment. which is what, halfway?
I don't know what
How many
the.
do you need?
You need 3 of them that he has, right?
Is it 3?
That great, yeah. I think it's. Is it 3 of them and the cheese, or is it 2 of them and the cheese?
Okay, so you need 18 total. So he had 2, so that's 6. So he's got 12 more to go, plus the cheese. Yes. I want to see it.
Yeah, it needs 2 more greater healing Lewises, I think.
I
Got the
want to
special
see
armor.
the. Who's got?
I've not actually seen it in a game. It sounds like it's just pretty good to have. Like,
It is. It's really good at breaking high ground and stuff. You get like a.
just a
little
free
aura.
barrier, isn't it?
Yeah.
So. Is it a physical barrier? Is it all damage barrier?
I wouldn't say all damage, but I've only had it once.
Is it 500?
Pass. Oh, Drow too far up, and he's going to get punished for it. Lovely roar. Where is that Wyvern E?
Great force staff.
It's
Oh,
force out, but
Walks
oh,
into
and the
range.
hook as well.
What?
hook on the corpse.
Beautiful,
Nice.
eh?
PA,
Yeah.
They get the Aegis.
Where's the
Phoenix
follow up here?
Pierre
I
could be in
think
trouble. I
they
don't think
have
they've got the
any.
lockdown.
They've
The
used
Abyssal
everything.
Blade. Oh, it's just a basher. First hit bash. Cheating. Wyvern dead again.
That's a die back. Yep.
I think
This is
might
tier
be it.
3s. That's Axon Warlocks. We've got the double golem.
Lovely
Oh.
hook.
Nice
But they don't
hook.
have the follow-up damage, do they?
Good. They have the
All
ult.
staff away.
They're just getting
Yeah.
deleted one by one here. Last buyback. GG is called by Scotty.
Buys back
Yeah.
what Scully says. Don't tap out, boys.
I mean, I think both teams played well. I think
Yeah.
GFG just had an easier to execute draft, and they made better decisions early.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Squelchy.
There was a /S, but
Oh, does that mean sarcasm?
yeah.
Ah, gotcha. I'm not up to speed with this stuff.
I didn't know that.
I think
didn't.
that's fine because Squelchy was struggling in the mid. to be
Yeah,
fair.
Squelchy got owned in mid, to be fair.
Yeah. So I think
That's the ironic, I got
You
my
know,
ass kicked mid.
I feel bad because I feel like the scoreboard and like the way you look at it and you're like, yes, they didn't take any buildings, makes it look like it was a much more stompy game. But it was just getting behind too early. A lot of the later fights, they were executing really well, just too far behind.
Yeah, I agree. Agree with
Now, something worth noting. Hero damage. It's not actually as big as I thought it would be from Radiant.
that. That's because the die have no HP.
Yeah, the heroes
Well.
they were hitting have a lot of high max HP, to be fair.
Too many squishy sandwiches.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Wyvern,
The Warlock, however,
Yeah.
doing the most hero damage by quite a bit.
yeah, Fatal Bonds is
That
a
is Fate
spell.
of Bonds is broken, man.
Is a spell in Dota 2.
Oh, let me look at the breakdown for Warlock.
That was a good game though. Like it was. I know it was a bit. It was a bit of a roll, but
Oh
they
my
with
God.
good signs of life.
Sorry. The Warlock did 9.5k damage with Eldritch Explosion.
Yeah, with the little minions, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the minions dying. 9.5k. Oh boy, that hero is broken.
Right. I'm going to go get my dinner now. But thank you for letting me cast. I appreciate that.
No worries. Thank you for coming, Cine.
Nice having you,
Of
Cinny.
course. Always a pleasure. Good luck. Good luck further.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And more than happy to join anytime you want, mate.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll definitely stop by again at some point.
Sounds good.
Peace.
Peace.
Please. I will take this time to have a quick break.
Yep, and while the lobby
Quick grab
sets
drink.
up, what we're gonna do is throw it over to our cheeky little slideshow where you can see previous years and some of the stuff for this year. So we'll be back in a bit, so stay tuned. Hello, and I'm back. I don't know if Shin's back yet.
I'm here. I was just taking a sip.
You were just taking a sip.
Taking a sip of my cool Coca-Cola Zero.
For the record, we are not sponsored by Coke Zero. I wouldn't
we
drink
won't.
the shit. It's not got anywhere near enough sugar for me.
No, zero sugar.
Exactly, so I won't drink the shit. I need my sugar rush.
Oh, I forgot to ask at the end of the last game. Do we do game MVPs or series?
I haven't been doing them.
Okay.
And that's purely because this is all for charity. While there may be some players which are performing better than the others, it's all for a bit of fun. And every one of them participating in this tournament are MVPs for me. I know.
You just don't want to pick favourites.
I really don't, 'cause it's George Fourman and Grill. I can't pick a favourite against them.
I was going to say, there were some good plays from Scotty there. An honourable mention.
There were, yeah. I think
some great hooks from Braxy as well.
so. They did have a possibility of coming back in. I think if they maybe just thought about it a little differently in terms of how they did the high ground defence, because they kept setting the drow out there to try and get that farm. But maybe instead they've let the Pudge go up. Obviously, it's not great, your Pudge getting all the CS instead of your drow. But then you've got potentially the option that if they jump on the drow, on the Pudge, sorry, you can then re-engage with your Winter Wyvern, with your Phoenix.
Yeah, it wasn't great having the drow sat so far in front of everyone else, but I guess there was a thought of, well, we can just hook her out. Which they tried to do a few times. Just the explosive damage coming from the roar and the PA was too much.
It was. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Beastmaster banned out this game. I don't think they're going to want to play into that again.
It did a lot. It won the lane. It tempoed with the...
It did.
Tempoed with the rest of the team. So yeah, we'll see what comes out in game 2. See if there's any targeted bans there. What is going on?
At the moment, we just got a ready.
Oh, we're doing gladiators now.
Oh, Mr. Anderson, legend.
Good news, chat. We're loading in,
And we are into the draft. I will swap over to the screen so you can all see it.
Let's pick on Goonfellas this time, of course, because GF&G had it last time.
They did. Does mean you only
pick Pudge.
I don't think it'll be a first pick Pudge.
No.
It is a saying, get the fuck out with the Warlock though.
Yeah, it did 12,000 healing, I think, in the last game, 21,000 damage, which was the most of anyone in the game. Just get rid of it. It's too strong. You know Goonfellas are going to ban the Witch Doctor, so...
Taking out the Primal, do they take out the Beastmaster here? Are they afraid of it enough? The Bristle, they've left it in.
These are the same bans bar the Warlock.
It is. You just first pick Beastmaster, don't you? For Goonfellas. Because you've got to suspect it's going to be banned in the next phase.
It looks strong, right? But it's not unplayable in 2. I think their draft as a whole was strong. I don't know if it was necessarily all off the Beastmaster.
What would you change then? How would you change it up? Maybe a Sven carry instead?
Maybe have more survivability, more control in your team. So they were limited with what they could do if a Beastmaster was running at the Drow, for example.
They're lacking disables in general.
Yeah. There's the Jakiro. That's safe first pick.
They do first pick
Pudge again.
Okay.
Straight back. You know what? Run it back. We'll take the Warlock out. Run it back.
Yeah.
Close game other than that pesky Warlock. Run it back. Let's go.
Anti-mage ban. Okay.
Oh, don't tell me they're gonna pick Medusa.
They might. It's an obvious counter, isn't it?
It is. But there's They can't pick it now, though. And I feel like banning the anti-mage has kind of shown that they might want it. Or maybe they're faking it. Who knows? You never know with these drafts. Drafts are an interesting thing. You can study a team for as much as you want, and they'll still just throw you for a loop with the draft.
What else does AM counter these days?
He's just a strong hero, to be fair.
He is, but you got to think that if you're compared to the other carries that are currently meta,
Any spellcaster, really. He's actually pretty good against Takaro.
you don't ban.
I don't know why.
Oh, they picked it.
There we go. They've gone. Well, you've taken out the biggest counter to it, so we'll pick it up.
But
Fuck you can't have it.
PL's in the pool. PL is.
There's a
Oh,
line.
there's a line to do the suck.
Line's pretty good.
PL is still in the pool.
But does Dusa with the axe that turns to stone? Does that instant kill illusions?
That's a good one. I can't remember. I used to remember.
Pudge is pretty good against the illusions.
Lions, well, not against the PL illusions, I wouldn't say. The Pudge is going to have literally 0 mana in seconds and just be a walking rot machine. And if it's a Pos 3 rot, he's going to do nothing other than kill himself very quickly.
There's the Beastmaster. So,
I mean, Dusa does do a lot better against it, to be fair.
do these players play Lion as a 4 or a 5?
I think it'll be a 5. Because I'm pretty sure
So
Clavs will play the Jakira's 4 again.
we're running back the Beastmaster Jakiro lane then, which had a
Yeah.
lot of success. Dazzle.
They're going
okay.
full defensive. And, oh,
Axe.
wait, so this is a Pudge 4 now.
Yeah. Should be.
Okay,
It could be mid.
it could. I'm hoping not, but it could.
I don't like it as the mid. I don't really like it as the 4 with the axe, to be fair, but we'll see.
No, because I suppose you sort of could win the 1v1 matchup against the Lion. There's the Clinks again.
Thanks again. Yeah. So they replaced Warlock with Lion.
Yeah.
And the rest of the draft is currently the same. So
PA?
I'll be honest, ban that PA. Ban the PA, ban the PL. That's the next 2 bans for GF and G, I think.
If it's not, they definitely have issues.
So Dazzle with a shard's pretty good against the illusions, I suppose.
He is. But what illusions do you really have on Radiant's side? Reducer?
No, as if they were
Oh, Dazzle with Shard, sorry,
No.
against
Dazzle, Dazzle against the PL. Yeah.
But I did see that yesterday. Not as strong as you'd
That's
hope.
the PA ban. So
Yeah.
one thing I'll point out, this draft so far is 3 heroes that can buy space and time for the Medusa.
They are, but they're not 3 heroes that are great at team fighting.
10 seconds remaining.
Like, there's no easy to execute, drop a rock, no easy to execute, here's a ravage sort of thing.
No, but it's. I think they're putting everything in this Medusa, I think, and they've gone for a more survivable lineup, just in general, than the last game, which is definitely part of the issue.
Well, if you're going for pumping everything into Medusa, mid-ogre. Get that bloodlust on her.
I think a mid-ogre loses the lane to Clinks.
I mean, it should do, but Ogre's a pretty tanky boy.
Yeah, Clinks doesn't care. He does a lot of damage from range. think that would be the problem there.
What else could you get mid, which would buff the juicer? I mean, is
I don't think it's
Clinx's...
about buffing the juicer. I think Medusa will do fine herself.
Here's a question.
It's about protecting her.
Here's a question. Clinx's searing arrows, are they dots or are they single target? Or are they instant?
I believe it's still just extra damage.
Okay, so...
So I can't remember. I think they really didn't need a tempo control mid, like that will do things with the team while Medusa's farming. I think that's what they need.
Something like a TA?
It could work. I don't know how it plays up against Clinks. Ember's
Well-
also good.
Well, that's why I asked about the shield and the burning... the flaming... Oh, fucking hell. The arrows. I will get it out eventually.
I'll have a look, actually.
If it's instant and there's no bonus tick over time, then a TA should happily dumpster a Clinks, because she'll just have so much damage bonus and just sideblade the shit out of him. But the question is whether anybody on George Fourman can play TA.
I think it's just extra damage from reading this. I think it's just extra magic damage on impact,
Yeah, I think.
and it does bonus damage. So
So I think a TA would be pretty decent. It also means.
but
go on.
they do have Jakiro.
Yeah, so you do have that bit of dot, but then that's your entire game plan to counter a hero who's literally going to jump on the back lines, one-shot your lion. Great. You've maybe burnt through a shield, and you're committing everything to deal with TA. Say hello to Juicer. Oh wait, TA's still alive because they got Dazzle.
Yeah, I could see it working. Ooh,
There's the bear.
interesting.
I like that.
This is another fast draft, I think. They want to not play this game late, especially against a Medusa.
Medusa can go to Fusel Blade. I reckon that's probably what they were delaying was. They were considering potentially whether their character could do a PL, because it is a great PL game. There are some hard counters in there.
It's Dusa 5.
I would love
Yeah.
it. I would love it.
I hope not.
Hey, you never know. They might pull a Dazzle mid.
Mid dazzle, 1 pudge, pick a 4. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm referencing Robertus' game there. The Dazzle mid. Game 1, I believe. That was where they.
It was strong.
It was well played. They're up against a Snapfire mid, I believe.
Was that game?
Oh.
Okay. There's one of the strongest heroes this patch.
Okay.
If played correctly.
Fucking Kid Invoker. I've just lost all respect for them.
The Invoker can buff the Medusa. It does a lot of damage on its own. It's a good tempo hero. And with the changes they've made to him, he's kind of pretty obnoxious.
He is. I just really
Wolf.
don't
Ooh.
like him. I hate Invoker players. I hate Kid Invoker players more.
So I think this game is going to come down to, can Kamaya play Invoker?
If they can, well, Clinks is
It could
definitely
be- we
fucked
could
in
have a-
lane.
We could have a really good game on our hands if Kamaya's a good Invoker player.
I mean, it don't even have to be a good Invoker. They could be an average Invoker. And that'd be good enough for the Goon level.
Just needs to buy space for that Medusa to farm. That's all it needs to do.
It does. The thing that
And
worries me...
Medusa, I'm trying to think. Medusa does a lot of the things that Drow can do, especially when she gets a Skadi. Is more survivable and has a Dazzle backing her up now. So we could see that lane going a lot better this time round.
So the thing
And
that...
that's where a lot of the early pressure came from.
The thing that slightly worries me with the Medusa being allowed to just AFK farm, if let's say they tried doing that, is if an Ursa does the same thing, the matchup there, because if Ursa gets on top of Juicer, that mana shield isn't going to last very long. Especially if they're both six slotted.
I think Medusa still wins that fight. If they're equal farm, I think Medusa still wins that. And Medusa does more in a team fight than an Ursa does as well. So I think if they're going equal farm, Medusa's fine with that. If the Ursa is getting ahead in farm, then we've got to worry.
The question is,
But
will they
Ursa also
protect this
doesn't farm
Juicer?
as well as Medusa does. Not early.
Are we going to get another PFB here? Doesn't look like it. They're going for the
Both been
wraparound.
sticking together.
But Dazzle is frontlining this. Oh guys, oh guys. Oh no. Here
Why
comes
is
the
the
PFB.
Oh, dear.
Oh! They
Get
were
back to you. Help the Medusa. That's okay. First blood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here comes second blood.
Scotty's gonna follow. Yeah.
Here comes third blood.
Oh, what is going on? It's a disaster of a start.
And that's one. You'd imagine there's going to
Praxi.
be 2 and 3 bounty runes as well. Is Praxi going to get away? He's just TPing out.
Of Spike.
There it is. He's
No,
not got it
there
in
we
time.
go.
Was he TPing Selene?
Okay. It's 4 heroes.
Oh.
It's 4 kills before we've even started the lane. Oh no.
Oh, that's not what you want to see.
2 of them went to Squelchy as well.
That's not what you want to see. Wasn't a Plague First Blood. It was near enough a Plague First Wipe though.
First item already coming out for the Clinks. He's already got the full wand.
But he didn't go bottle though. That's what bugged me last game. You can't really expect to survive in the lane without it.
Let's see how this Invoker goes. Not a great start for a GF and G, but it's fine. You know, these things happen.
They do. The question is,
Don't worry about it.
can they capitalise? If we actually look up top, Samo is getting bullied back.
Yeah, the Axe Ursuline's an interesting one because that can actually go either way.
Yeah, if the axe doesn't keep constantly creating the space, so he gets rid of the Fury Swipe charges that are currently built up, it very quickly scales and he dies.
Dazzle just nearly died bot, by the way.
I, for some reason, expect this lane to go exactly the same as the last one. In fact, I expect Dazzle might be dead here.
Duranbong
Yeah.
steps up too far to D-Ward and pays with his life.
So, I would like to point out, Clavs is ancient, you know, in rank. Now, Clavs is a garbage core player, which he had to play at the last GTI. His support isn't bad.
Who's Clavs?
Is he legend now? So Clavs is NextWhiteDeath, also known as Jakiro in this one.
Okay.
Okay, so he might have dropped down to legend. I was told he might have been... Wait, that's actually lower than what he was before the Glicko patch, where everyone's ranks got super inflated. Because he was legend 4 pre that patch.
I'm trying to load it to see if I can see. I can't see on his profile.
Okay, so Clavs has D-ranked quite a bit, it seems. Because a Legend 1 now is... It's basically an Archon.
Dazzle's gonna die again.
Yep. Bye, Dazzle.
Not another death.
Don't even have to look.
Oh,
Don't even have to follow.
0-3 at 3 minutes in. That's not a great start.
Yeah, given the inflation, a Legend 1 now is probably about an Archon before the inflation patch. The inflation change. So he's actually lost a significant amount of ranks. That's impressive. Don't think I've ever seen anybody go down that fast.
The MMR changes an interesting one. Don't tell me Dazzle's gonna die again. Okay, he's okay
Not quite.
for now.
He survives. He survives just.
Oy, it's not ideal, and this is mainly just from the Jakiro too. Like, there's the occasional axe coming in from the beast, but mostly Jakiro doing this damage.
It's just too much damage over time.
He's running out of mana, but
he's got a clarity. Probably on the way in a minute.
he has 2 kills and 4 assists as well, so he's got the gold.
Yeah, he's not far off having arcanes.
That's
I mean,
painful. What I just saw in the offlane.
the good
Very
news.
radiant.
The good news for Medusa, she is getting her farm.
That's a good point. I do not have last hit denies it. Okay, 17-4, keeping up space with the Ursa despite a support dying.
And there's a 19-1
gonna
charge.
die again.
Oh yeah, I expected that though.
Yeah. This Dazzle can't keep walking up like this.
No, as soon as you walk up, you're as good as dead. You've got to play defensive in this lane. Your role is
lot of
just
damage.
protect. Just protect.
A lot of damage, a lot of slows. You've got the Jakiro slow, you've got the slow from the boar, you've got the hawks can hit you. Yeah, less than ideal. So what I was going to say a moment ago, in the top lane, Axe walked over and put a ward down, kind of where Pudge wants to play for the hooks, which saying he gets one on give up, but gets stunned, so nothing going to come of that. And this sentry ward that's blocking the pull, actually.
Instant
so they
D-ward.
instantly got rid of it, yeah.
Rough. Rough.
That's a mid-lane game. Okay,
Mid's
pretty
actually
pretty
pretty
Invoker
good.
favoured.
Yeah.
Is kind of expected with the changes to him. If you look at the damage on this
Oh.
Invoker that's level 6.
Say goodbye to Dazzle.
Not again.
Yep, just say goodbye.
Alright, I get that Poison Touch is great and everything, but when you've died 4 times already at level 3, would you not get Shallow Grave? Just as a way to be able to get away from this. Because every time he's close to getting away and dies kind of to the dots.
I just don't
or,
think he's
like,
getting away.
it's...
But
There's a chance though. There's more of a chance to go with the Shallow Grave than with 2 points in the Poison Touch. Because I
There
don't think
is.
this Medusa wants to fight either. Right? So you're not going to out-harass them, and your Medusa doesn't want to fight them really. So going defensive probably is a better shout.
oh, Kamaya dropped very low in mid. So we had the first use of the skeleton walk, it seems.
It is on cooldown, so yeah, I assume so. Mixed with the medallion, probably a lot of damage can come out very quickly.
The first
Yes,
death
it
at the
kills the
top.
axe.
Now, there's always a possibility. We did say this lane could have gone either way, and it has been pretty even so far.
3 levels of Fury Swipes, it adds up.
Yeah.
Have to take this abuse?
Oh no, Gibbo's going for the steal and the Wisdom Rune.
He's taking
Pudge
it.
doesn't have a clue.
Nope, he's got it.
Same as last game.
Yep.
Wisdom Runes.
He could TP out. He's not going to. He's going to put down a nice little sentry to block the ancient camp and walk away. But that's a nice obs up there. That's basically another very safe lane for them. Just going to jump down bot because Duranbong is back, so I want to see him die again.
It's so sad. I feel sorry for him at this point. The thing is, I don't know what he can do, because here's the problem. If he's not the one stepping up,
Say goodbye.
he's gonna die.
Oh,
okay,
oh,
the Ice Path
oh.
missed. Might have a chance. Yeah.
He's
there
away!
we
He's
go. He
away!
got away!
He's
I
a
was saying
liver!
if he's not the one stepping up and playing this aggressively, then that leaves it open for the Jakiro and the Beast to go on the Medusa, right? Which no one wants. Clinks,
He is.
by the way.
DD clinks, by the way.
DD Clinks, meanwhile,
Raw,
Lion King
Lion.
as well. There's
Oh,
gonna
that's...
be both of them dead. This TP from Pudge isn't gonna do anything.
I'm not sure what
Took
it was
way
going to
too
do.
long.
It was a little off the mark if he was trying to save the juicer, and out of range if he was trying to hook anybody else.
It was way too slow.
Yep.
And this might just be the tower now, honestly. Give
It
it
is.
up.
The tower's
Medusa,
gone.
go find somewhere to farm.
Ah, notice.
This tower's gone.
So this game didn't go for the arcanes first on Thomas. Went straight home with
No.
Dominator, so it did
Straight for the
change.
dome. Trying to play. I suppose they're trying to play faster because this Medusa. You do not want to end up in the same situation where you're sort of struggling high ground into a Medusa.
But I sort of don't mind it for the Dire team. I think they've actually got the edge going late game against the Juicer.
Against Invoker, Dusa, Axe, it's tough.
It is, but oh,
Scotty's
and
dead.
Axe. Yep. Nice landing Sunstrike. Oh, they might get Juicer here. There's the hook.
Nice
Nicely
hook.
done, Baxi.
Nice
Nicely
defensive
done.
hook. You're gonna sacrifice the Dazzle once again, but here's the problem.
Wait.
Thomas doesn't give no fucks what's going on in the rest of the map.
He doesn't.
He's just gonna push this tier 2.
So, just a quick check. Are you Mad Max in chat? Because said you had a word with him, so I'm assuming potentially the coach Mad Max. Right, that makes more sense now. That makes more
Lion's in
sense.
trouble. Nice hook from Braxy, but didn't have the damage to follow up after the spike.
Wait, Dazzle's alive. Where's Dazzle? In fountain, TPing out.
TP him back in.
I just want to follow Dazzle. I just want to follow Dazzle. I really do.
Focus helping them, being a menace.
Oh, Scotty.
Might get the Beastmaster, but this is very
hawk!
aggressive from the axe. Clinks. Hello.
Oh, nicely done.
Might
Nicely done.
Just get both from now. There's the.
Yep, got the dust.
the
Ghost
dust
Walk
to
when
make
it's
sure
useless.
can't go
Beautiful
into
ice
Ghost
path.
Walk.
Catches them both. Macro.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Juicer. But she's got nothing to actually fight back here. She cannot fight back at the moment. Go away and
It's the same
farm.
game plan as game 1. And it's working.
It
again.
is. Just run at them.
Nothing's changed from Goonfellas in the game plan and the way they're executing this, and unfortunately, nothing's changed for GF and G either. Just struggling to deal with this early pressure. Early rotations. They're just kind of, I mean, they're just being outplayed constantly.
And they're also
Rough.
they're nearly losing the top tier 1 just to creeps alone. Braxy's struggling to take care of them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now you got Squelching
it's
mid
rough.
taking the next one. There's just too much pressure across the map for them at the moment. They can't respond to all 4 lanes. 4 lanes?
Yeah,
3 lanes.
This Dusa needs to disappear and farm somewhere. It's hard though.
Yeah, where do you go? Every lane's a threat for you at the moment.
Honestly, I'm gonna draw where the safer place for Medusa to farm right now is, and it's really, really awkward because it's up here.
Is it
in
right
the top.
when I die tier 3?
Right, that strip of kind of creep camps up in the dire top lane.
Yep.
That's the safest place for Dusa to be right now. No
got-
one's gonna expect it.
You just got to get up there.
Sneak your way to the twin gate somehow.
Well, I don't think you get into the twin gate. I think you've got to try and get through your triangle, sneak across the river, up through the...
It's rough, but that's where she's gotta go.
We've got Boots of Travel picked up on the Beastmaster. Don't think we saw them last game, did we? I don't think, well, didn't need them, really.
You should travel. Okay.
Yeah.
He really wants to keep the pressure. Just be like, whichever lane I need to be in, I'll be in.
I like it. I like it.
Going for the blink again as well before the Overlord.
I mean, it worked.
They are. I mean, it's 13 minutes for 11k ahead.
Oh, that was a hair's breadth away, that ice path.
Ursa's finished the Battle Fury, by the way. It's flying out.
A nice hook.
Nice
oh,
hook.
but the tornado!
The counter synergy.
And he knows it.
Whoops.
Yep,
Whoops
he knows it.
Kamaya.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Lack of the original grill is really making them suffer. Ooh, controversial.
We stay
Maybe.
positive, Jonas. They still have a comeback. They do have a juicer. And we saw yesterday, Robertus can confirm, a juicer can never be counted out.
The Ducer is 1500 behind. It's not the worst in the world.
2500. 2500.
Working towards the one. Oh, 20. Oh, yeah. Okay, still not terrible for a Ducer. You know, it's getting close to that mantle. I would really like this Yasha to be finished, though. Why is it not coming out?
Radiant's bottom tower's got
Not sure.
Why do players do this? They have an item but don't get brought to them.
Maybe they're waiting to the TP? Oh, that's unlucky. But they might get Squelching's return. Do they have detection? They do! Oh, come on, finish him off. There it is.
But, yeah.
Not enough. Not enough.
But they lose a tier 2 for it though.
But
Down in the bot lane.
we'll take it as a win. They are on the board.
bottom tower has fallen.
You can't win a game.
It's just I'm not watching the exact same game, but I also am.
It's a very similar game.
It's kind of like nothing's changed in either game plan.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a dead axe in mid lane, gets roared, gets macropied. Sunstrike off the mark.
You sort of expect this now. This is what they're going to try and do. Try and minimise the map. And create no space for
Yeah,
Medusa to
but-
farm.
Don't want any. But this is what I mean. Like,
Say goodbye to... Oh, the hook! Don't go back up there, Dazzle. Don't go back up there.
this top lane jungle is probably the safest place for Medusa to be. It's just really hard to get to.
They're looking at fighting this. They want to go for it.
This is gonna be a rough fight.
I mean, Clinks isn't here.
It's a 4-on-5.
They've hooked out Ursa. They've got him locked down, but do they have the damage to kill him off? He's got Enrage up. I don't think they do. Dazzle melts.
Dazzle dies
Oh,
straight-
there he
straight
goes!
off.
Do they continue it? Nice.
They can do here. Once again, the hook hits a hawk rather than the Beastmaster.
That's two.
That's armor. That's an armor stack.
Come back. Come back.
Oh, cast a curse now. You said it.
Hey, I'm going to say it. I'm saying it because I think it might happen here.
Radiant's middle
That's nearly got Blade Mail for the axe. Midas is going to start to pay off.
I think there is a way back here. If they can get farm on this Dusa, they have a way back in.
Oh, wait.
That is the goal here. Get the Dusa farm, and she will carry the game.
They're
They
coming
need
into
to be
fight.
careful here.
Yep,
The
they're coming
TPs
into
are
fight.
coming.
Not a lot of TPs though.
Braxy.
Oh, Kamala
Okay,
melts.
Instantly dead. Braxy walked into the Macropire.
I think this is Kamala
Scotty
dropped
ate
as
a
well.
finger.
Oh, just wrecked from that alone.
double kill.
Oh,
dear.
overstayed their welcome. They went.
Yeah.
I think they pushed a bit too much there.
Okay, Scotty TP'd out. Positives.
He
Ate
did.
A finger to the face and walked off and TP'd out. Not sure where the Dazzle was during the fight.
Dead. Dazzle wasn't there. Died previously.
Okay.
When in doubt, assume Dazzle's dead.
1-9-1, the poor guy.
He's creating space. That's what I'm calling it. He's creating space. Or he's tanking the ganks. You know, he's dying so his cores don't. Duranbong, you keep playing like a true warrior. Ursa!
Oh? That's a
To
dice
Roche!
To the Roche.
Yeah, that's a few tips.
Dear,
Um,
no lifesteal on the Ursa, that's why.
Max, you might want to have a word with your carry player here. That was interesting. Wait, who picked it up instead? The Beastmaster did.
On the Beastmaster, yeah.
Samo is
So
a
he can
well-known
really
idiot,
jump in now.
apparently. He can.
Who died before? We commented on it.
But at the moment now, there's no Ursa here, so... Oh yes, you've got 2 lives in your Beastmaster, but You don't have the big threat of the Ursa damage. They should definitely be looking to fight here, I would say. It's basically a 5v5 if you count the 2 live from Beastmaster. Ooh.
Turning
They're
into
looking
a
at
rough
it.
game for GF and G.
It is, but it's not an end game. That Manta is done.
I want to see the first high ground push. I think the high ground defense is really good.
Do we have any shards yet?
Tower is under attack.
No shards yet.
Oh, the blink calls off the mark.
A beautiful macro pyre.
There's a
Great hook, but again the combo. Here comes
on the
Juicer.
Gets the ult off.
Don't look at her. Don't look at her. You looked at her for too long.
No.
A snake,
gets
fart a
the
snake.
Manta off. Okay, Beastmaster down. That's the Aegis.
Ursa's not here. Just back out, guys. Just walk
Ursa's
away.
Working his way, but
Just walk away. Walk away, guys. Walk away. Please, walk away. Do it for me. Just do it for me.
okay, the lion died.
You didn't do it for me.
The Deucer.
You didn't do it for me. Oh, poor. Axe looking at going in.
No, he can't. this Axe can't. Bit of respect going on there. The lion sacrificed himself to make sure the Medusa died. That was appreciated by
yeah.
Medusa.
It's definitely a fair trade.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Yeah, there was a nice tip from Medusa to Lion. Yeah, we like to see it. Like to see it.
Radiant's
There is a nice bit of a positive commentary coming on.
have fortified
That's what I like to see.
But the Invoker does have the catch-up Midas. I've seen it a lot in the TI calls. I'll be honest. The catch-up Midas. The new Midas is interesting.
He does, but he can't really get too many creeps to use it, especially not the actual creeps he wants to use it on.
Okay, Medusa's next item might change how these fights are going.
I don't think they will,
Get
because
this butterfly. It's pretty good.
it's a lot of magical damage coming out from Dire at the moment. Ursa's not even online yet.
I mean, it stops a lot of the Clink's damage as well.
I mean,
Medusa's going to be hard to bring down.
shouldn't have to take this abuse.
she
Gonna
is,
be
Where
pretty
did
hard to bring down.
tower go?
and it is just going to amplify her damage quite a bit as well.
Yeah, she's going to do more damage. She's going to survive more. But can she get to it in time? I don't know.
That's the question.
Rough. And will Ursa notice what she's building if the Medusa picks up one part of it? Will they realize and go for the MKB anyway?
Well, they have
Questions,
TP'd
but-
Beastmaster back, so they're not looking at fighting. They are just looking at trying to push these lanes out. Which,
They other than the tier 2 top, they know it's a high ground push next, and it's pretty difficult even when you're this far ahead into this draft. They saw it last game. Those fights, they were a lot further ahead than they are now, and they were still losing nearly everyone in those fights.
but then you could argue that the last game, the Dire, or George Foreman plus Grill, also had a lot more in terms of counter team fight. Oh, she's
Gone
been
on by
caught
the
out.
Lion. Throwing in the mana while she's stunned up.
That's a
Meanwhile,
nice
Clink's comes in
combo.
on the back line. Ursa jumps straight in. Dazzle's gone.
Oh,
Do so.
do
Just enough
do
to
not.
get him out.
What are you
Oh, no.
doing?
Oh, he clicked the map. Click the map. Had to be a click on the map.
Yep, you do it. You're panning down, and suddenly, whoops,
That little micro step and went, oh no, don't want to go that way.
Killed.
done that so many times, so many times.
How did Ursa's courier die?
Radiant's top tower is under
Creeps maybe. So that can happen if, let's say, your courier's flying over a neutral camp, which you have aggroed, but you're no longer in range. It can attack your courier.
I'm gonna take the Tormentor now.
Denying it away
Not a
from
lot
Radiant.
to do about it.
Great one to
And,
have. Great one to
If
have.
they go for the next Roche in 2 minutes as well, the Ursa won't die. Vlad's now up. So he will have the lifesteal to survive against the Roche.
We've got a phylactery on the lion. That's got to be just to boost up the finger. Why else would you do it? It's got to be for the finger. Oh, they've
Bird's getting
found
caught out.
Braxy!
That's a good tornado this time. Nice defensive tornado. No counter synergy this time. TPing out, trying to push out the tower while Axe is keeping the creeps busy. Meanwhile, they are going to send Clinks back. And Sekiro,
yeah,
actually.
they're TPing another one back there. Here comes Ursa as well.
And Lion. 3 of them, 4 of them. Instantly take out the Invoker. Can they get the Axe?
They
Get
do!
the stun. Just, oh, the TP sound went off as well. Heartbreaking.
But
And meanwhile, Beastmaster's been holding this lane pushed in.
it's still space reducer.
And this time with the Overlord has an ancient creep. Can't be one shot by the hook.
Do they wait for Roche?
So I've seen 2 improvements from the Beast this game. Over the last game.
Yep.
Didn't have the issue with the Vlads for a start.
Oh, that's because he's got a
He's
Vlad.
getting ancient creeps as well. Well, he has a Overlord,
True, yeah.
which is built from the Vlad. So he had the Vlads and it's built into the Overlord. Yeah.
So 19k, 25 minutes in.
You know what your chat is telling me? It's telling me that the coach might be making a difference here because
But they're actually listening to higher MR players.
these improvements.
Oh, Medusa's been gone on. Ursa's going to rip through her.
Nice EMP, but
There's
not
no
really going to
save.
do much. The Axe call is late. In comes the Meteor, but it's all too disconnected. They're doing all the right things, just not at the right time. It's, for me, this is the worst way to lose or to see a team lose. Is they're doing the right things. They're pressing the right spells. They're using them, just not in sync with each other.
I think, yep. Oh, there's one dead. There's 2.
Another Ursa's just gonna walk out of here.
Is he? Sunstrike, Sunstrike.
Yeah, he should be fine.
Oh,
Where
off
is
the
that
mark.
sun?
So it was mid. He thought he was maybe going one straight
They
back.
have had no vision, do they?
But he's basically back up to full health anyway.
Yeah.
What did they give him? Steroids?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Ah, Lotus. Wait. Oh, Lotuses. Yes. I was thinking, wait, Lotus Orb? How the hell did that work? Yeah, Lotuses.
Lotuses.
Yep, line must have had some. You're right.
3,000 damage from the Ursa in that fight. 0 from Medusa. Obviously, she got gone on real quickly.
She's just got nothing. No stats. Just gonna melt.
It's rough. And that's a Paladin sword now on the Ursa.
All they've got to do is hold for another
like I
45,
said,
another 40 minutes.
It's a difficult one because, like I said, they are using the right spells they need to use in these team fights. Just it's like one hero uses one, and then another hero uses another, and it should all come at the same time. There's just a little bit of team play needs to be better from GF&G, and they'll stand a chance in these fights.
It does. And we do have a Roshan. Watching you, Ursa. Watching you, Samo.
Oh, he has lifesteal now. It's fine. He's got the Paladin sword, got the Overlord. Fine.
I wouldn't put it past him though to find a way.
Be very hard to die with 2 lots of lifesteal going on.
That's why I said I wouldn't put it past him. Nearly
You'd
got
have
enough
to
of the Eagle
just,
Soul.
like, not hit them and tank, I think.
So, Robertus, I think the reason this juicer isn't farming is she's just scared of leaving the base. They've
There's
just
nowhere
got
for
so
D6
much
farm.
pick off.
The Dire are closing the map on her every time, and every time she looks
Oh!
like leaving the base, this happens.
Was that a
Great
Manta
ulti.
dodge on the finger?
It was, yes.
Alright, there's
Great
one.
ulti to get out.
That's
a
a
great hook
dunk.
to get the Ursa into the base as well as the.
You really don't want to be
Yes,
standing
that's
about here. You could have gone back to base and healed up.
Having trouble. Dazzle's gonna go down. Deuce just TP'd back in, instantly throwing a snake out, but it's not gonna do too much.
It's forced them back. It has forced them back for now.
For now, I think they just reset and then come straight back in. It's 4v2.
It is. And you don't have Stone Gaze anymore. Tornado's still up though, so's EMP, so they can definitely slow it.
Yeah. Okay. So going for the Enrage blink in. Thought there was a target. Gonna lose mana, but shouldn't lose his
Might
life.
use Kamaya there. Orchid, Deso, stacking up. No,
So
Dukes
both
around the
of them-
trees.
Yeah, just walks off. Disarm. Okay, this is what I was saying. The high ground can be difficult. It can be difficult for them in this game, even with the lead they have. Scotty with the cute play in the Macropire there. Played Mail. Did actually nearly kill the Jakira with it, so fair play.
That would have been brilliant if he had.
Kamaya. Okay, Ghost walks away. Just was on cooldown. So
Kamaya's got the EMP, nearly got a BKB.
look at these bounty runes. No one's been here for a while. 5 bounty runes were just picked up across the map. No one's been picking these up for a while.
I mean, what, 270 gold each? That's nothing to be scoffed at. That's your bow. That is your butterfly done. Butterfly is fully done.
Ursa is not going for an MKB. Neither is Clinks. So, potential for this Medusa to survive a lot more. Kamaya does eventually get caught out.
They're doing to Radiant's middle barracks.
Can see the dust went off as well.
Yes, that was a DD Ursa. Bye, Dazzle.
Dazzle. Yep. And the BKB popped as well,
Yep.
just to stop the Pudge doing anything.
You suspect
Deuce
this
is
is
not
the
even in the
Rax.
base. Deuce doesn't have a TP.
Radiant's middle barracks.
The slow
This
walk.
is definitely Rax. Not even gonna try. Slowly.
Radiant's middle barracks have
It's a hard
Going for
game.
both lanes. They're gonna go for, they can go for all 3 lanes, unless if someone buys back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
No, they're coming back. They don't need to buy back here. It's fine. Even if they bought back, they'd still probably lose this lane of Rax, so just save it for the last one. Here comes the axe.
That was an aggressive blink, but I don't think it's going to pay off because they got no follow-up.
Blade mail, but here comes the Enrage straight onto Kamaya.
Ghost
Deuce
walks
is in.
away.
Out of mana on the Ursa, but shouldn't matter too much because the damage is already done.
Got a shard on the Dazzle. That could be nice and handy. Nice tornado.
Axe bought back.
Oh, no follow-up on the hook though. A little too early.
And Dire are just going to back off.
Are those cracks in Dire's top
Okay. BKB queued up. Abyssal queued up. Abyssal pretty much brought. But yep, Courier's probably flying out to get it now.
tower? Beating on Dire's
Going
top
for the
tower.
Skadi on Deucer now.
Needs some stats. And the Sky's just going to help kite the Ursa a bit, so I think it's definitely needed here. It's whether she's
Only
going to get
level
it in time.
16 though.
Well, let's have a look at overall level, shall we? That's not the worst I've seen. Obviously the Ursa is a little bit ahead. But
Did we point out Jakiro has Ags now?
we didn't, but we spotted it. Oh no.
Nice meatball on top, but the Macropie is down on 2.
But they don't care.
Pudge even walks into it. Ursa jumps onto the Medusa.
There's the
It's missing
Abyssal.
a lot of hits, but it doesn't matter too much, especially when you can hold them in place, especially in the Macropire.
Oh,
Yeah, they do
does have
buybacks.
buyback. Does have buyback.
Only the axe doesn't, but it's
Can they get
not
away?
looking good.
Can they get away? Yep.
So
Oh,
Totem.
she
Maya
stopped.
just kind of stood
Just-
there for a
yeah.
second thinking.
Radiant's top tower
comes
There's
the
one.
buyback.
There's
Yep, there you
two.
go. This is the fight. If they don't get anything off this fight, they might call it.
They need something here. I don't think they'll call it, not because I think they'll probably hold out till the next fight that comes in. But they needed to push that. They need to get a catch off that reducer buyback.
Yeah, they need to get something from this next fight, or it's over with the free buybacks on cooldown, and I don't know if the other two have.
Okay.
Let me see.
MKB has been queued up.
Okay,
about
there is
50 short.
one buyback currently on the Pudge.
A full AC has been picked up on Beastmaster. Where the hell did that come from?
Quite a while of just not buying any item. I was going to have a gripe because I keep seeing this happen in these games that they won't buy parts of items. We'll wait till they can afford the full item. So this Beastmaster could have had a few parts of this Assault Craft for quite a while, but was waiting to just buy it outright. This keeps happening. I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
Axe, buddy, you don't want to be getting boots of travel. You're locked in your base here.
Play. Do you know what? This is an improvement on last game because they've taken 3 towers.
They have.
They're improving.
That is true. Although, they might have just been caught out. But they did
Nice
get the
Manta.
hook.
Get the ult off. The Axe is going to instantly die. And the Pudge. Pudge needs to buy back right now. Oh, this is going to be
That's
over.
a dead juicer, I think.
Why is the Pudge not buying back? Now he
late.
buys back. It's late. The fight's still going on.
Well, look at the HP of all the Dire.
Yep, that's not looking great.
They got a
Okay.
run. Oh, Sunstrike
That's a
just
lion.
misses. There goes Clavs. He's the next victim, I think. Let's go leave him to die.
Yeah. Oh.
Detection?
Gonna kick
Detection?
off. Well,
No
they know which way he's
detection.
gone. They knew which way he's gone.
They've got no vision. No detection.
Oh no, they didn't see him go down into the trees.
But Clavs
Can't
doesn't
TP
have...
them.
Oh, there we go. There's
No,
the
that's
mana.
the mana. Throw the hook! Oh, I didn't have it! Oh! I saw him! Just a little too late in walking down there. It's not megas. It's not
It's
megas
not.
yet.
And that is...
They hold. It costs them nearly all of their buybacks, but they hold.
But that's a gold swing to Radiant, though, off that.
The dream is still alive, only slightly. But
That's still a
it
gold
is.
swing. That's nearly a second part to the actual
The main-
Skadi.
The main problem there is the XP still went in favor of Dire.
It did,
And the XP's pretty.
but you only need XP on,
levels here.
you only need one XP on one hero here. And that is Dusa.
This is 18 now. She's gone up 2 levels from that fight. Is halfway to the Skadi, just over halfway to the Skadi.
More than halfway. Literally needs 12 in the gold. You got 2 ultimate orbs already. Got one in the bag.
She can get to the secret shop.
Yeah.
Clinks is hanging around there right now.
Well, they could kill Clinks. If they grouped up, they can easily kill the Clinks. It's the other 4 that are lurking
Gonna take
around.
the Tormentor.
Can they take it in time? They need to get back. They need to run back. Run back now. Just run. Just run
Puts the
fast.
shard on the push,
No,
gives them another
don't.
save.
Just run. Run, guys.
Oh,
No.
they're trying to fight this. It's gonna cost Scotty his life, possibly. Good meteor comes down. But the Deucer gone.
Ooh, deleted. Gibbo. That's game.
Probably gonna call it. It's buyback only on the Invoker.
Top barracks have fallen.
Oh, too aggressive seeing a hero. It costs him the game.
It was. I think the biggest misplay, not banning out the Beastmaster.
Power shouldn't have to take this abuse.
I think because they saw what it could do to them in the first game, and did the exact same thing in the second game. Remove it, maybe come across one of their primal beasts or something else, and then just deal with that as it comes.
There was a lot of minor misplays that led to a greater kind of
No, they probably played as well as
issue
as
there.
they could have.
I-
Obviously, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like I said, it's the minor things, and like I said about they were using the right spells, just not coherently as a team, and that ultimately led to a lot of fights being lost.
They
where
might
they had stood a
be
chance.
inexperienced together as a team. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
these teams well enough to say
Mm.
how coherent they are. It's just things they could look at doing is possibly the communication about when they're going in. There's a few times we saw Axe just blinking forward. The rest of the team weren't quite ready to follow that up. But some good plays. They did some good holds. For how far behind they were in both games. Some good holds, some good pressure back. It wasn't all bad.
It wasn't.
There was glimmers of hope there, and perhaps Goonfellas are just a more coherent team, and that's all it takes sometimes. It's just a bit more communication of playing together can make it look like a lot more of a difference in the game.
It can. And on that note, that is where we're going to end it for today. I'd like to thank you, Shin, for coming along and
No
being my
problem.
co-host this evening. And I'd like to thank, obviously, everybody in chat for turning up. And I wish you all the best. Good night.
Adios.